Welcome back. The U.S. is planning to send 2 Iron Dome batteries to Israel to help with the fight against Hamas. Joining us now, the CyberGuy, Kurt Knudsen. Kurt, it's always great to have you. I did a report on this. I wanted to know more about the Iron Dome and share it with our viewers. We broke things down. I was amazed to find how much of the technology is made here in the United States. I'm wondering if you're familiar with any of the companies who are supplying some of these parts.
Yeah, I think Raytheon is one of the technologies behind the insides of it. And then also, you know, Israel gets this. The IDF gets the main device, and then they custom tailor it to their own system. So the bottom line is, though, and the munitions, by the way, come out of Arizona from our country. And my understanding, and I don't know in your report if you found this, I got these ranges as what it cost every time Israel has to launch off one of these interceptors. That it ranges from 40, I think the average is about $40,000 to $50,000 per firing. I saw it as high as $100,000, but I thought that's a little high. But we're going to be the country that not only is making those for them, but supplying those for Israel. And it's remarkable technology that is so effective at stopping the kind of attacks that are coming toward Israel.
But you know, you think about how many rockets Israel's had to defend against, okay? And so how many times they're having to use the system. You bring up the cost of this, and we know the United States is so involved in funding this. Is this the kind of financial commitment that never ends for the U.S.? I think a lot of taxpayers are kind of wondering, like, what are we getting into monetarily here?
Well, right now, the news today is that the U.S. has decided to send 2 of our batteries of these Iron Dome systems that we happen to have. We were testing them out in Guam, and the idea that China could pose a threat to a U.S. territory out in Guam, and that this could be an interception device of a threat. Well, they tested it. Sure, it works, but I think they came up with something better. So these have been collecting dust. So, like, let's get them to Israel right now. I think when you look at the cost of this war, the Iron Dome system is a drop in the bucket. It's not going to be something that is impactful to maintain, but what it is highly effective. I think up to 92% effective at catching genuine threats that are fired out. An interesting tidbit is we studied this. You know, number one, they're using sophisticated radar. They're using systems that anticipate trajectory of the threat coming in. At about 43 miles out, it makes a decision.
Yeah,
it says, are we going to go get this, or are we going to sit back and not spend that 40 or 50 grand on this fire?
It could go into the water, or it could drop into
unpopulated
the sand.
areas. Exactly.
It's really, really fascinating. Kurt, we are out of time, but it's always great to have you. Thank you so much
see you guys.
for being here. Fascinating stuff on the Iron Dome, and we are helping with the House Speaker now, too. We're going to send it over to Making Money with Charles Payne.